Okay, let's just jump right in. What if I told you that the most important parts of your career, well, they aren't even on your resume? Today, we're going to dig into this hidden blueprint for what really makes for professional success. Because it's not just about what you can do, but how you show up and this is the big one, how you move forward.
I mean, this quote, it really hits home for so many of us, doesn't it? You know the feeling. You can have the perfect resume, you tick every single box, and you still just hit a wall. So why is that? It's because the real test, it happens off the page. It's in the room. It's on the call. And that, right there, is where presence comes in. We're talking about closing that gap between being qualified on paper and actually being the one who gets chosen.
And look, we have some absolutely amazing tools now, right? I mean, AI can be your perfect sparring partner. It can help you prep, rehearse your answers, get super organized. But here's the thing. It can only take you to the door. It can't walk through it for you. It can't fake that conviction in your voice. It can't build real human rapport. That spark, that's all you.
So what is that missing piece? Well, it really boils down to two incredibly powerful human qualities, presence and agency. And trust me, these are not just buzzwords. They are the absolute game changers for your career. I just love how simply this slide breaks it down. So, presence, that's how you show up, right now, in the moment. It's the energy you bring into a room. And then there's agency. That's how you follow through over time. It's the deliberate choices you make. So think of it like this. One is your impact right now, and the other, that's your momentum for everything that comes next.
And you know, at the end of the day, this is what it's all about. Companies, they don't just hire a list of skills from a resume. They invest in a person. They're on the lookout for people who have self-awareness, who can communicate clearly, and who have that purposeful drive. Basically, they're looking for an owner, not just another employee.
Okay, and here's the best part. I really mean this. Presence and agency, they are not fixed traits you're just born with. Nope, they are skills. And just like any other skill, you can build them with practice. So let's get into the actual blueprint for how to do that. And that practice, it really helps to start with a clear workflow. This 6-step system we're looking at is designed to take these big, kind of abstract ideas and turn them into real, tangible actions. We're covering everything from, pressure testing your presence all the way to designing habits that create long-term growth.
And this slide, it just brilliantly illustrates the real point of that whole workflow. See, it's not about just checking boxes or going through the motions. Each and every step is designed to build a specific foundational skill. We're talking about things like managing your state when you're under stress, speaking with total clarity, truly listening to others, and even designing your own systems for accountability. These right here, these are the fundamental building blocks of both presence and agency.
Which, brings us right back to our point about technology. It is all about understanding the right way to relate to your tools. So think of AI as your rehearsal partner, for sure. But you have to remember, you're the one who has to step out onto the stage. And this is just a non-negotiable rule for any professional today. If you submit it, you own it, period, full stop. It does not matter if AI helped you draft it. The accountability is 100% yours. You have to be able to stand behind every single word. And really, that's the key distinction, isn't it? Tools can help you build these fantastic systems for productivity and planning. Of course they can. They can streamline your workflow like crazy. But what they can't do is take on the weight of responsibility, the insight, the final call, the action. That has to come from you. All right, let's just stop for a second here. I want you to really think about this. When was the time you felt most present at work? A time you were just completely in the zone, totally engaged, totally authentic. What did that feel like? That feeling, that is your starting point. And no tool on earth can find that for you. Okay, and now let's switch gears to agency. Right now, today, based on where you are, whether it's in your current role or in your job search, what is one single thing you can take complete ownership of starting right now? What does that deliberate forward motion actually look like for you? Just asking yourself these big questions is a huge first step. And it brings us to a really, really crucial point. This whole journey, it's not something you have to do alone. In fact, you probably shouldn't. So here's the simple formula that really ties all of this together. Presence, that ability to show up as your authentic self, that gives you clarity. Clarity on who you are and what you want. And then agency, your capacity for deliberate action, that's what gives you motion to go after it. So clarity plus motion, That equals real progress. And listen, if there is only one thing you take away from our time together today, please let it be this. This kind of work, it's challenging, it's deeply personal, and it is completely 100% normal to not have all the answers. You are not supposed to have to figure this all out by yourself.
You know, sometimes the absolute best way to untangle all the thoughts swimming around in your head is just to talk them out with someone else. A coach, a mentor. They can act like a mirror, really. They help you cut through all that noise so you can find the clarity you need to get unstuck and actually start moving forward again.
And let's be super clear about this. Asking for help is not a sign of weakness. In fact, it is the exact opposite. Deciding to seek out support is a powerful act of agency. That is, you taking ownership of your own growth. It's you strategically choosing a path that's going to get you to your goal more effectively. It's you deciding to follow through on what you want.
So, the question is, what's your next move? If you're listening to this and thinking that a check-in could really make a difference for you, just remember, you don't have to go it alone. There are experienced coaches available, and you can easily explore if it's the right fit for you with a free initial consultation. You can find that at pathfindercampus.ca/coaches. You know, taking that one small step, it could be your most powerful act of agency today. Thanks so much for joining me.